Hey, my name is Delia Cornwell, and I serve as our Radiant Church Kids Director. But my most important titles are those of wife and mom. My husband Sam and I have 3 beautiful little girls. Before we had kids, we thought we were the most prepared parents out there. We read all the books and blogs, we took 3 different classes at the hospital, and we had a really long list of things we would never do when we became parents. When our oldest Emmy was born, all of our dreams had finally come true. She was here. And then, after only 2 days in the hospital, the doctors told us we were ready to take her home. I remember in that moment, as we very carefully buckled her teeny tiny little body into the car seat, I froze. Sam and I looked at each other and were suddenly filled with this overwhelming sense of responsibility. We could manage our way through changing diapers, guiding her hands and feet into those little newborn onesies, and eventually we figured out the whole feeding situation. But how in the world do we help this perfect little bundle of joy grow into a woman of God? How could we, as broken human beings ourselves, become parents that she needed? Sam and I just stood there with tears in our eyes, excited but so nervous. I'm pretty sure the nurses came in a few times before we eventually agreed to leave. Before we left, I looked at Sam again, and we could do nothing but pray. We prayed over our little girl. We prayed God would give us all the wisdom and guidance possible. And we prayed that God would surround her with others who loved her as much as we did. And guess what? He did. Being a parent is hard work. But if you're considering dedicating your baby to the Lord, you have already done the best thing you can for your child. You have decided to put God first in your life and the life of your child. In Deuteronomy 6, verses 5-7, Moses gave some parenting advice. Here's what he said. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk around the road, when you lie down, and when you get up. Moses doesn't begin a debate on whether or not you should let your child cry it out at night. He doesn't talk about pacifiers or baby sign language or how much screen time is acceptable. No, Moses tells the people that the most important thing that they can pass along to their child is a love and knowledge of their Heavenly Father. And we think that's so obvious. Of course I'm going to pass that on. But it's easy to get caught up with the day-to-day tasks involved in parenting and lose sight of this simple truth. Outside of them knowing that they're loved, nothing is more important than your child's faith. Nothing is more important than living a life that shows your child that their Heavenly Father created them, loves them, and desperately wants a relationship with them. So instead of getting caught up in the details of parenting, what if you asked yourself, who do I want my child to be? Something that helped Sam and I tremendously was coming up with a list of who we wanted our girls to become. We want to help you do the same as well. Help you choose a spot in the horizon to focus on. At the end of this video, we'd love for you to sit down and write a description of the type of person you'd like your child to grow up to be. Do you want your child to be forgiving? Do you want your child to be generous, a good friend, a hard worker, compassionate, determined, loyal? Choose 3 to 5 words. Don't worry about getting them perfect. They may evolve over time, and I encourage you to revisit this list from time to time. The most important thing is that you spend time partnering with God and ask Him to show you where to focus your parenting. Now, some of you are going to look at that list and start getting overwhelmed all over again. You're thinking, I'm just trying to get my kid to sleep longer than 3 hours a night, or eat more than marshmallows for dinner, and you want me to focus on teaching them how to be compassionate? No, that's not what this list is. This list is your ultimate destination. Let your periphery take care of the little things, but let this become the lens through which you view your child and watch them slowly but surely become the man or woman you described today. Remember, without a goal, you cannot score, and your child's faith is worth getting right. Parenting is no joke, but while you're surviving the day-to-day moments, don't forget to step back and gain some perspective. Your child has an important role in God's big story, and you have been chosen by God Himself to prepare your child for that role. I think I can speak for all of us here at Radiant Church when I say how incredibly proud we are that you are deciding to take this step as parents to publicly dedicate your child to the Lord. Please know that we are your biggest fans, and we can't wait to partner with you in your parenting journey.